WhatsApp messages between former Health Secretary Matt Hancock and his colleagues, where they formulated decisions relating to the COVID-19 response, were this week leaked to the Daily Telegraph by journalist Isabel Oakeshott. Nestled in the North Wessex Downs is the town of Marlborough, where I this week spoke with Emily, who said this with regard to Ms Oakeshott's decision.
Well, she was his ghostwriter for his memoirs or books or something, wasn't she?
Yes, that's correct.
It's a difficult one because I don't particularly agree with a lot of the stuff that the Tory government have done, and I don't like the way they handled a lot of the pandemic, and I don't think Boris Johnson certainly didn't do very much good for the party. And, you know, we're hearing a little less from this one in the same way that we're now hearing less from the American government because, you know, Biden's doing a much better job and, you know, the news isn't filled with what's Donald Trump done now. But it's a tricky one because surely she would have signed some kind of contract to say you won't share this very private stuff, but at the same time fueling the fire hopefully means we can get the Tories out fast.
Yes, and I suppose her logic when she's being interviewed about this decision, because she did sign a non-disclosure agreement, she has broken that contract. Yeah. Her logic has been this was so very much in the national interest to have this information out there. How do you respond to that? Do you think it was the right decision on the balance of that, or?
For my money, if I knew that there was something that had been done wrong, I've often been the one to step up and say something. It's usually not gone very well, but if you see something that needs to be done, then I think if you can do your bit, and then you can, you know, sleep well at night knowing that you've done your bit to help the people as much as you can, I think.
Perfect. Generally then, should these kind of messages, the kind of messages that are now being leaked, these sort of informal discussions about policy, should they be part of the public record? So should journalists and the public have access to that information, or do you think politicians deserve some level of privacy and some ability to negotiate behind closed doors?
That's a really good point, actually. I'm not sure how you can quantify what is private anymore, because I mean WhatsApp has that, you know, it says end-to-end encryption, doesn't it? But obviously in the same way that I speak to my friends on WhatsApp about anything from, you know, my work to, I don't know, what's on TV, where do you draw the line? I'm not sure I can answer that.
I suppose, could you maybe pluck for an advantage and disadvantage of those being publicised?
Well, I suppose there is a degree. I mean, if you're a kind of celebrity, I guess, and there are obviously so many issues that have come out about people who have been. Well, you look at Princess Diana; she was hounded by the press, and on one side you are in the public view, but on the other, you deserve some kind of privacy. It's a really tough one.
Perfect. Thank you so much.